I read on MarketWatch.com a story featured by Drudge Report. IMF has just released the latest of their statistics and calculations, and showing the list of the leading economies, which is different than the previous time they did, where the United States was number one. On the list today is China as number one. So China with 17.6 trillion in their production and their economy, goods and services. That's just an accumulation of bulk total, while the United States is now at 17.4. So that's a 0.2 trillion difference. So 0.2 trillion would be to the tune of about 200 billion. Now, I'm not sure how accurate they are, but they allowed these figures to be released in the last 24 hours. And MarketWatch contributor Brett Aarons, he's a columnist there, is saying almost nobody noticed. Well, I noticed. Who am I? Well, that's for you to find out. Does this mean that China is going to continue on this trend, or will there be a war? You know, America may turn out to be the sore loser. May turn out that they don't want to give up number one. So they can be spiteful and maybe like a spoiled brat. America's like the new kid on the block. China's been around like forever. You can only compare them with ancient Egypt, which is now modern Egypt. You can compare them with ancient Hinduism, Indus Valley, Vedic culture, Vedic science, the Vedas. They're still going pretty strong. They've got most of the gold that they want to get their hands on. They're actually the number one as far as population. So the only thing comparable to China is India, with the faded status of Egypt. Going way back, you've got cultures that have fallen way back, and along with Egypt, I can also mention Greek greatness, Greek imperial ancient glory. You can mention Sumer, you can mention Babylon, you can mention all these cultures, but China is still there. So China, they go in waves. They're up or they're down. But when you see them down, they're eventually going to be up again. Am I nationalistically proud to say that? Because if anybody knows anything, I'm partially Chinese by blood, by hereditary, ethnic, not nationality, because I wasn't born there. But however, as I was going to mention, does this mean I'm going to China? I'm just jumping the boat and I'm going to put in my lot with the Chinese because they're number one now? Does it mean that? These are all very good questions, and I'm sure you're asking, but my response is going to be this: ancient Chinese secret. America, you're going to have to learn something. America is also filled with Chinese. It's supposed to be an integrative, all-inclusive society. But something that's never happened this way, not in the technological industrial era. So we're waiting to find out what is going to be the upcoming response from America to all this economic competition. Are they going to be mature about it? Are they going to be responsible? Are they going to learn, in this case, where it's obviously pointed out to them that they need to learn something? What are the lessons? And if it's going to be applied, what will be the future harmonious global world? And if it doesn't work out, the negative scenario is, what's the world going to look like in conflict as everybody now has to compete more with China?